We recently received an email from a man claiming to be a real time traveler from the year 2028. We organized a meeting with the man and sat down for a one-on-one interview with an alleged real-life time traveler. Before we get to the interview, be sure to hit that subscribe button and leave a comment below saying I subscribed. Also, enter our giveaway by clicking the link in the description. Now, let's get into the video. Hello everybody and welcome back to Apex TV. Today we have a very special guest on the program. We sit down with a man who for the purpose of this interview will go by James. He claims to have been part of a top secret program to send people back in time. For obvious reasons, he asks for his identity to be kept private. Hello James, and welcome to Apex TV. Can you give us a little background information about why you were chosen to be sent back in time?
Well, I was originally part of a government agency made to protect against terrorist attacks and other large-scale crimes. Then, when time travel was first developed, the agency was assigned to travel back to before the disasters occurred and stop them that way. I was picked to be the first crew leader.
Alright, that's fascinating. And why does the future government send people back in time?
We're sent back to stop large attacks, whether they're from terrorists or any other large world government. We have military bases in different time periods known as time sections. The section from your time is Section 51, but it is more commonly known as Area 51.
Wow, so Area 51 is actually meant for time travel.
Yes.
For time travelers. Okay. And I know you said before this interview you can't give us any influential information about the future because it would change the future, but is there anything you can tell us about what our future world will be like?
I can say that there is one large world government. There is no United States government or English royalty or anything like that. The entire world was taken over by one government, but I'm not at liberty to say which one.
Alright, interesting. And what do you say to because obviously there's going to be a lot of people who watch this video who aren't going to believe what you're saying, and what do you say to those critics who question the authenticity of your story?
Remember when everyone was afraid of the world ending in 2012? Well, it was going to, but we stopped it.
So so the world was going to end in 2012 after those Mayan predictions and all that?
Yes.
Wow.
Those Mayan predictions were other time travelers sent back to the time section.
Wow.
From that time period.
So we're actually in an infinite loop right now,
yes,
where people keep coming back to in time to stop something, and then you have to keep doing it over and over.
The first time section, Section 1, is the oldest point in time that has living creatures.
Wow. Okay. And now I just wanted to ask you, well, how did you get here, and what's the process of time travel like? Because there's been a lot of theories, like in science fiction and stuff, and we're just wondering what's actual time travel, the process like?
It's actually pretty simple. You see, there are two different methods of time travel. There's a tourist route, which is time travel for vacation purposes. The time machine acts like a plane. It has seats, baggage areas, even a cockpit and bathroom. The time travel method takes up to 8 hours to work. They have certain destinations in time that are prominent events in history. Some of the biggest examples are the Gettysburg Address, signing of the Declaration of Independence, even the first ever live movie. There's even a tourist destination where you can meet Walt Disney himself. The second type of time travel is for military purposes. It is much quicker, but is much more painful. See, the commercial route is an airplane that is sent back through the time machine, and since the process takes hours, the people inside don't feel a thing. But the military time travel needs to be done quickly. Since the method of travel takes only a few minutes, it causes the person in the machine to feel a great pain. Great amounts of pain. It's like nothing I can describe.
Okay. And I was just wondering if, because you talk a lot about going back in time, going back to significant events and everything, I was wondering if time travel to the future is possible.
Of course it's possible. How do you think I'll get back home after this?
Good point. And, are you here for some big event that's going to happen in 2017?
World War III is coming. It begins with the Second Civil War in America, followed by North Korea bombing the East Coast. I can't say a specific date or time, but it begins within the next 4 years.
So if you stop it, then no one's going to know about it, right? Like if your organization stops it?
Well, that's why I'm allowed to tell you now, because if it doesn't happen, then everyone will just think you're crazy.
Yeah, they will, and they'll look back on this interview right here,
and they will believe it's fake.
Yeah, interesting. So you came back for 2017, presumably because there's some large event coming, and if you stop it, then no one's going to have known about it. And if you don't stop it, then this interview will be looked back on as factual.
If we don't stop it, then I'm never even alive to come back to do this interview in the first place.
Alright, so I just want to say thank you so much, James, for agreeing to do this interview. We really appreciate it, and thanks so much for doing it.
Yep, thank you for having me. I'm really not at liberty to say much else, so I should probably get going.
Alright, and James, real quick before you go, actually, can you tell people to subscribe to Apex TV, or would that be changing the future too much? Would we get too many subscribers if you said that?
Well, in the future, Apex TV is actually a full-on TV channel that is viewed around the world.
Oh, sweet.
It is a huge channel. And this is actually the humble beginnings of the TV network.
That's awesome.
So, I guess this is a pretty big point in time as well.
I really hope your prediction's right, James. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Have a great day. And now we take a look at some other people claiming to be real-life time travelers. Enjoy.
Most human minds, by the year 2500, have been reverse engineered and uploaded to a new digital reality. Inside this reality, the mind exists within a simulated environment. Such environments were at first unrealistic, but eventually they became as real as the reality you are living within right now. Eventually, they will become far better than your current reality. Inside these digital environments, there is no disease, no pain, there is nothing unwanted. Unless, of course, you want the unexpected. By the year 2600, nearly every ounce of information is online. Now, giant computers take up most of Earth. Biological humans still do exist, however, at some point in their life, they upload their consciousness to the internet. People still have the means of moving and interacting with physical reality by way of robots. Such robots have made superhuman powers available to average citizens. Much of the human population exists on Mars. In fact, in 2650, Mars has been completely terraformed. This has made it a possibility for biological humans to live on the Red Planet. By the year 2700, Venus has been completely terraformed as well. The Moon, too, is home to millions of people. At this time, traditional governments no longer exist in the same ways they used to. The vast amount of online resources have ended conflict, war, poverty, and disease. By the year 3000, humans that are purely biological have a typical height of 7 feet and live to over 200 years old. Now, this lifespan applies only to humans that remain biological for their entire life. Most people, however, have undergone genetic engineering and have eventually uploaded their consciousness to the internet. In the year 3000, we as humans have also confirmed the existence of extraterrestrials in the form of microbial life. No intelligent life has yet been found to exist. It is estimated that by 4000, computer science will reach its ultimate potential. The future is perfect. Too perfect. And that is why I traveled back to live out my life in 2017. Be careful what you wish for.
Let me first start out by saying that most of you are not going to believe what I'm about to say. That's fine. I'm not trying to convince everyone that what I'm saying is true. I'm simply trying to speak to those of you who will listen. Now, you've probably seen those old photos of people supposedly talking on modern-day cell phones. Some have claimed this to be proof of time travel. It's not. These devices are actually hearing aid instruments. With that being said, time travel is soon going to exist. You may live to see it. I was born 3 years before the first time machines began being tested. They started out dangerous and unreliable, only used by the government. Eventually, independent hackers figured out how to build them. I have been recruited by an independent agency to spread the message that our world is a fragile one. Your children and your grandchildren will not have the same amount of resources that you do. The Mars colonization program was only semi-successful, as few people want or have enough money to move there. The world I was born in has become extremely overpopulated. I was born in 2026.
Thanks so much for watching our video of an alleged time traveler from the year 2028. Be sure to subscribe to Apex TV for more videos like this, and leave a comment down below saying I subscribed. We'll see you guys in the next video.